In East London, there is a small but wonderful corner of wild nature. It is a park where nature and people together create an oasis of peace, harmony, and life. And I say to you, welcome to Itchycoo Park. That is what we call this wonderful place. But things here were not always as beautiful as they are today. My name is Martin, and I want to tell you a story about how hard work and a dream can sometimes become reality. For more than 2 decades, this place was forgotten and abandoned. It was painful to watch a once beautiful park slowly dying. In 2019, one beautiful day, I firmly decided that I would clear this overgrown swamp and bring the park back to life. And this is where the story of rebirth begins. Right here, from this beautiful flower bed. Welcome back to the past, to the very same flower garden. Back then, sunlight could barely break through. Everything around us was dark, covered with piles of green waste and dense overgrowth. There was no harmony, only the realization that a long and difficult road lay ahead. Shortly after the work began, my neighbour Brian joined me. Without him, this place simply would not have become what it is today. It was a huge relief, and the moment I realised I was no longer alone on this journey. At that time, he was the brightest light in the park, apart from the bonfire where we burned piles of green waste. Some time later, his wife Pamela joined us as well, and the 3 of us worked side by side for around 4 years. During that time, we did everything imaginable there. We had to cut back the ivy with machetes and rake it away because it had completely covered the entire park floor. Then, to bring more light back into the park, we had to carefully clear some of the trees because sunlight was essential for life and vegetation to slowly return once again. Our work on the pond began with duckweed, a floating plant that had completely taken over the water. It covered the entire surface, and at times, the fight against it seemed like a never-ending story. Every working day in the park felt like a small victory, another step toward the light at the end of the tunnel. And little by little, as time went on, the park and pond began to change. They slowly started taking shape and filling with more light. As a result, we began planting flowers and trees. And so, a place once forgotten and abandoned by everyone slowly began a new life. Then a community started to form around the park. Volunteers who truly cared about this place and happily joined in the work. Without their help, this place would not be as beautiful as it is today. They gather once a month on Sundays to make sure this park remains protected for many years to come and is never forgotten again. Without their support, it would be very difficult to preserve this beautiful corner of nature. The park also has a friend, an artist named Arturas, who not only helps maintain the park, but also contributes by carving beautiful wooden sculptures that have become an inseparable part of this place. All of these people are volunteers, and each of them gives a piece of themselves to help preserve the beauty of the park we lovingly call Itchycoo. You can also support us by scanning the QR code and helping us continue caring for Itchycoo Park. For more information, or if you would like to get involved, please contact us via the email below this video. Thank you for watching, and remember, every small act can bring nature back to life.